Doesn't it sound really awesome to hear the government wants to abolish income tax? That sounds great to somebody like you and me. However, at what cost? And what exactly does that mean? We see something in the media and big headlines, abolish income tax. Oh my God, no more income taxes? That would be great. How much income tax are you paying every year, right? But what does that mean? That money has to be made up for somewhere else. It has to, right? So here's what's going on with the IRS and what Trump wants to do, because what you're going to see is you're going to see headlines in mainstream media or in any news outlet or with anybody sharing any sort of information. You're going to see just a headline of what suits their political belief. Okay? So let's break it down. First of all, Trump appointed Billy Long to head the IRS. The IRS head is called the Commissioner of the IRS. Okay, now the president has the right to appoint whomever they choose to be the commissioner of the IRS. And then the Senate has to approve who the president wants. Now, in the case of Trump being president now, he has appointed Billy Long, and the Senate has to approve it. It's a predominantly Republican Senate, so that's going to probably go through, right? It's going to be confirmed, and Billy Long will run the IRS. Who is Billy Long? Billy Long has been a poker player. He's been a realtor. He's never been an accountant. He's never been a CPA. He's never worked in finance or math. I mean, those are kind of really important areas of expertise to have experience in if you're going to run the IRS. But he was in the U.S. House of Representatives, in Congress from 2011 to 2023. Now, and he is a Republican for those interested. Now, he's got no background in all of the areas in which it's super important to have some sort of a background in to run the IRS. Why? What is the IRS commissioner responsible for doing? They're responsible for supervising and executing anything that has to do with IRS laws. Okay, so what does Billy Long, what are his interests? Well, when he was in the House of Representatives in Congress, he wanted to abolish income tax. Okay, Trump has discussed abolishing income tax. That sounds wonderful to us. No, you know what that means for you and me? Listen clearly. It means that our sales tax on every single thing we purchase increases. Now, I have 9 fact-checking websites. I do not use Google as my only browser of choice. I have 4 different browsers that I use for information. There is a chance of 23 to 30% of an increase in sales tax. So every single thing that you purchase that has sales tax, you know how like here in Rhode Island, we have a 7% sales tax rate on goods that we purchase. It's going to increase between 23 and 30% per item. Do you understand how much more expensive it's going to be for people like you and me? The rich, the billionaires, the millionaires, they don't care how much something costs. And when you have the head of the IRS in your pocket, how is that going to benefit you and your taxes? Because the head of the IRS is responsible for overseeing the laws of the IRS are followed, or they can just sweep something under the rug and make sure it disappears. I think it's really important that whether or not you like a president who is in office or who is not in office or who has been in office, sometimes what you're being told is not accurate. People are trying to just sell headlines. It's really important to do your due diligence and fact check everything.